My love for God and my love for my God, my family, and my life grows stronger every day. Let's welcome Joe. Joe Lair. We love Montana for its 3 seasons, it seems. What is it? Winter, road construction, and forest fires now. How many of you are encroaching like 50, 60, like milestone birthdays? Because I am just 2 months away now from 60 years old. And it's amazing. If you would have told me I'd be facing what I've been facing lately when I'm getting to be 60, I would have laughed at you. I said, no, not that big a deal. But grace of God, I was handed something almost 40 years ago. The last couple of paragraphs of that book are this. It's from a chapter called A Vision for You out of a book called Alcoholics Anonymous. On page 164 it says, our book is meant to be suggestive only. We realize we know only a little. God will constantly disclose more to you and to us. Ask him in your morning meditation what you can do each day for the man who is still sick. The answers will come if your own house is in order. But obviously you cannot transmit something you have not got. See to it that your relationship with him is right, and great events will come to pass for you and countless others. This is the great fact. Abandon yourself to God as you understand God. Admit your faults to him and to your fellows. Clear away the wreckage of your past. Give freely of what you find and join us. We shall be with you in the fellowship of the Spirit, and you will surely meet some of us as you trudge the road of happy destiny. When I read that the first time, I thought, I knew God, and he was this old dude with a really, really long-ass white beard and a scorecard with a bunch of hash marks on it that said Joe Lair. And I was screwed, and I knew it. So I'm going to admit my faults to him and to you. There's no way. No freaking way. Because I'm a street kid. And if I admit to you about me, what I've done to you, you know what that means? You've got something on me. And you're going to use it. Because that's what I would do to you. So there's no way I'm going to do anything that last couple of paragraphs said. No way. And I didn't. And what it got me was a lot more wreckage. 40 years later, my mom's 87. She has no clue who I am. No clue. She is the person that gave me my first copy of my book, Alcoholics Anonymous, in the 12 by 12, the 12 traditions and 12 steps. And she said, I cannot give you a Harvard education. And she handed me the 2 books and she said, I can give you these. And if you do these things, and if you follow these things, you'll have a remarkable life. Back again. No way. I was a reader, so I read all 164 pages of that book right off the bat. And in my drug-induced, hungover head, none of it made sense. 40 years later, it does. I get in trouble sometimes from public speakers who say you disclose too much. You talk too openly, freely about yourself. That's just what I've learned. I've learned that if I keep a secret, I'm screwed. Because I know about secrets. You have to lie about the secret, 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 and get this freaking long domino train going. So I learned. You don't build the dominoes, the train doesn't tip over, you're not in trouble. So 99.9% of what goes on in my life, yeah, I talk about it. That 0.1%, no. That's between me and my wife. I don't talk about that. A couple of close friends know just how bad off my mom is, and some of the embarrassing things I've had to do with her and be with her and have to be around her. But she's taught me well. Between her and I, and between my dad and myself, when my dad died 17 years ago, there were no problems. There were no monuments of wreckage in our yards between each other. I knew exactly how much my dad loved me. And he knew how much I loved him. My mom, 6 weeks ago, when we were talking about it, I said, Mom, I don't know where you're at, how much longer you're going to be here. But I need you to understand that if you're sticking around because of your love and my love for you and your love for me and my family, we want you to know it's okay. You can go ahead and die. You don't need to keep on holding on. Because there is truth to some of that. If people are praying for someone not to die, chances are they're going to stick around. And that's not quite fair to them or to you. And I've had to learn that. There's another one too, but that's another story. But I've had to do that with my mom. I had to talk to her about it. And last night when I was with her, it became real obvious. I'm not sure she has small town blocks left or city blocks left. But in that dash of life, she's only got a few blocks left. And how big those blocks are, I don't know. But after I was with her, I had to talk to her doctor today. And that part of the talk I had with Mom was, what do you want your last couple of days, your last couple of months to look like? And it's not what it's looking like now. She's getting mean. Alzheimer's starting to win. She's starting to act out. She threw her cake, her food, she spit, she hit. And it's like, yeah, that's not my mom. And the people that are working with her have been working with her for a couple of years. And they also are stuck. It's like, this isn't Jackie. This isn't who we know. So I had to talk with the nurses and the doctor about, what comfort care looks like for my mom now. What I've had to learn about that was me and my wife Tanya are starting to talk about that. Because my mom didn't have a plan until 6 weeks ago. My mom didn't have anything going on with what she wanted for her end of life to look like until 6 weeks ago. And how fair is that to the kids? I'm the number 4 kid of 5. I'm not the horses that they bet on when I was in my family. I was the old workhorse, not the racehorse. I was the one that's like, hey, we need to get a couple of ton of hay moved really quick. Let's have Joe go. We want somebody to go down and talk to somebody really popular, really nice, and look good and all that. Let's send Jess or Mike or Barb. It wasn't Joe that was always picked to be the one to go represent the family. And it's kind of funny that at the end of each of my mom and dad's life, I was the one that was sitting by them. So you just don't know. And I really encourage everybody to really start thinking about that, because I get to spend about $7,000 to $10,000 for my mom after she passes. And me and my wife are like, okay, we will do that because we love Mom. But my siblings, let's just stick her in the ground, no big deal. We can find somebody to cremate her for $700, no big deal. And it's like, really? That's what your mom means to you? So what I would encourage you to do is think about what you want to have your end of life look like. Do you want that wreckage in there of what happens to you? And what happens between you and your kids, between you and your siblings, between you and your parent maybe, because they're still here. Get all that cleaned up, because it's the monuments that you want may not necessarily be the monuments you have. And how do they look? And unfortunately, how do they fester? How do they grow? How do they change? How do they impact you? Because even though my mom and I are having some hard times because she doesn't know who I am, she honestly doesn't know. She thinks I'm somebody else. And even though that's what it looks like, there's no hooks in there. There's no place for a fly to get hooked on. There's no place for anything to make me feel egregiousness going on between my mom and I. It's like, you know, Mom, I love you. And I'm really grateful that I started to live what that couple of paragraphs talked about, which is talk about it with the God that you believe in, with other people. Get that stuff out so you can really see what it looks like, what it feels like, what it sounds like. And if there's something that needs to happen there, good or bad. Because one of the best fights me and my mom ever had, and I think I even talked to Tom about this way back, so it's going to be a memory test for my friend Tom. Me and my mom had a store downtown Bozeman, and she was helping me learn how to work. And I wasn't a really good worker. I was a really good workhorse. I wasn't a really good worker. And my mom went to her favorite beauty parlor and had her hair done up. And she was so proud of it. She came in the back door and she opened it up and she had a 32-ounce drink in her hand. And she says, "How does my hair look?" Guys, when someone asks you that, how do you answer?
Beautiful.
Yeah. I said, "You know, Mom, it looks like you got a helmet on your head." And I ducked just as that 32-ounce drink went whizzing by my head. And we were off to the fight for about a week. And if that's my biggest fight with my mom that I've had in the last 25, 30 years, not that big a deal. So I really encourage you to start taking a look at what's going on around you, in you, surrounding you, and let's see what happens as it gets taken care of. Thank you.
Thank you.